adjustments.
There you go.
No adjustment is going to work to make us look any more good looking. We're already handsome fellas.
Yeah.
You can't make us any more handsome.
Sorry, I was
It's
getting
not
the light
possible.
there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Getting
No,
the
turn
light.
that off. That's not working
Should I turn
for
that
me.
off?
Not getting my good side because I can't find it.
Fine.
All right. Well, we are on our live stream. If you want to hang out on our YouTube, X, Facebook, and be sure to like and subscribe.
Oh, boy.
Hit that like button so you get notified when we're going to be doing this.
I think the subscribe button is important.
Yeah.
Because we do stuff, and maybe if you forget, you set a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to set a reminder. Just subscribe it, and we'll remind you.
Yeah, we'll remind you, and then you can watch it later if you don't want to watch it right now.
Exactly.
All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. And WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Following the death last week of a Michigan State Police trooper on the side of I-75 in Saginaw County, drivers are being reminded one of their responsibilities behind the wheel is to move over. Michigan State Police Lieutenant Duane Robinson out of Paw Paw tells us the state has the move over law, which requires drivers to give space to emergency vehicles that are stopped on the side of the road.
To slow down to at least 10 miles below the posted speed limit and then move over at least one lane if there's a lane available. If not, with the already reduced speed, proceed past with extreme caution.
Robinson says it's dangerous for a police officer to be on the side of the highway when vehicles are passing by at 75 plus miles an hour. The least drivers could do is to move over.
Understand that officers all around the state and nation for that much are putting their lives at risk every day going out, performing their duties. And at least we can do as the motoring public is to understand that we need to give them some space to be able to do that.
A stretch of I-94 in Van Buren County is named after the Paw Paw Post's trooper Rick Johnson, who was killed in 2000 while on the side of the road during a traffic stop. Robinson says failing to obey the move over law can result in a $400 ticket. He adds, while it's not the law to move over for every vehicle on the side of the road, it is an appropriate action that drivers should conduct. The Berrien County Road Department has enacted seasonal weight restrictions on county roads. The department's Audrey Boone tells us that when the ice starts to melt after a cold period, it can put the roads at risk due to a lot of water moving underground. Yeah.
Right now, what we are seeing is there is some frost under the roadway surface that is coming out because we're seeing warmer temperatures. And when that's happening, it does make the roads very vulnerable and more likely to have damages caused from maybe heavy loads, more so from the commercial side of things as far as commercial vehicles.
Berrien County Road Department implemented the restrictions on Monday. They will be in place through at least Friday of this week when the road crews will provide another update. Boone says this is just something that has to be done following a snowy and cold period, although last year they didn't have to implement weight restrictions at all. The restrictions only affect the largest and heaviest vehicles on the roads, restricting their movement until the roads will be at less risk of damage. Coming up this weekend is the St. Joe Ice Fest. St. Joseph Today's Danielle Crevier tells us the event starts Friday night when ice carvers from all over the country will get to work downtown.
We kick things off on Friday night with our professional individual competition. So you get to watch professional ice carvers carve one block of ice and they turn them into magical works of art. That happens from 5 to 8. And then immediately following that at 8 p.m., we're going to have our Fire and Ice Tower right here on the corner of State and Pleasant outside the St. Joe Today office.
Crevier says Saturday will bring more ice carving and lots of ice-related activities for people. They include the ice throne, the frozen fish toss, ice skee ball, and ice bowling. Crevier says the main attraction is the ice sculpting. She notes a couple from last year still stick out in her mind.
Last year we had some angelfish actually right outside the Welcome Center, so that was really cool. And then across the corner from us near like Forte Coffee, Perennial Accents, they had a T-Rex, so that was fun too.
All weekend long, visitors can take part in the scavenger hunt. You can get a map at St. Joe Today Welcome Center. Completing the hunt puts participants in the running for a $25 St. Joe Today gift certificate. We have a link to the Ice Fest schedule at our website, which is WSJM.com. And understandably, some Michiganders have decided not to watch the Super Bowl this week or this year. If you do, and you plan to place a wager on the outcome, I got Johnny's attention here.
Yeah.
Gaming officials have some advice for you.
Okay.
The Michigan Gaming Control Board urging all fans to bet responsibly and only place wagers through authorized sportsbook operators.
Mm-hmm.
Bettors should also set a budget and only gamble within financial means. In other words, only gamble what you can afford to lose.
Yeah, $1, $2, something like that.
Make sure you understand the rules. You understand the rules?
Sure.
Okay. You understand the odds?
Yep.
All the different types of bets you can place?
I only bet the things that I understand. I don't get into the, tons of the parlays and different odds and stuff like that. I just keep it simple.
Okay. If you're not like Johnny and you want to understand all the types of bets, you can go for a full list of that and reputable sports books at the Michigan Gaming Control Board website.
All right.
Yeah. In the WSJM newsroom, not gambling. I'm Ken Lundberg.
Yeah, I'll probably put a total of maybe $3 on the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So that's probably about
That's
as much
a cheap
as I'll do.
endorphin rush.
Yeah.
If you win.
Yeah. I usually pick the money line, which
I don't know what that
that's
means.
Basically the odds of them winning.
Oh.
And it's just like
It's like a straight bet.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with if they cover the spread, if they win by
mayonnaise.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It gets complicated. You get into the weeds with a little bit with that, but
Whatever
yeah,
happened to hey, I think they'll win. I'll bet you they won't.
the one thing that stuck out was use a reputable sports book. So you are not a reputable sports book, so I shouldn't be giving you my money.
Yeah, but my odds are certain. My odds are certain. I always state them.
Yes.
Which is I'll give you half back what you give me if you lose.
Kind of like in Vegas.
No, if you win.
In Vegas Vacation when you when they went to that casino where it's like, how many fingers am I holding up?
Love that game. That was so good. The character who plays that, he's so good.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I want to go to that casino.
Yeah, let's play war.
Yeah.
Lose again.
We'll get to sports with the Michigan News Network. We'll also run down some of the local scores as well here in just a couple of minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
Been 65 times since the start of Israel's war against Hamas. The U.S. military has responded with airstrikes against Iranian-backed militants in Iraq and Yemen. As for striking inside Iran, a senior U.S. official says Biden has deep misgivings, fearing the conflict could further escalate.
That's ABC's M. Wynn. Details of the attack coming to light, including that U.S. forces may have mistaken the enemy drone for a U.S. drone, which is why it got through security systems. The Homeland Security Secretary expecting a House committee will vote on articles of impeachment against him today. House Republicans say Alejandra Mayorkas has lied to Congress about the southern border. Illinois, the latest state to consider whether to keep Donald Trump on the primary ballot after a recommendation that he be removed. This is ABC News.
With the Lions season a wrap, players cleaned out their lockers and gave their final thoughts on an amazing season, even if it ended in disappointment.
You know, we got a taste, and obviously we didn't get the job done, and that hurts. But when we do have a foundation to build upon.
Veteran Taylor Decker, he says they trust the front office to continue to bring in guys who fit the mold that the team has built. As for quarterback Jared Goff, he says he knows that a possible contract extension is out of his hands. He'll leave it up to his representation and the guys upstairs. He threw for 30 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in the regular season. The Lions may need to figure out who's going to be running the offense going forward as well. OC Ben Johnson reportedly spoke with the Seahawks yesterday. We'll talk with Washington again today, where he's the favorite to take over as head coach. Dan Campbell said he's in no rush to find a replacement if necessary. And the Wolverines found a quick replacement for strength coach Ben Herbert, who left with Jim Harbaugh for L.A. They gave the gig to his assistant, Justin Tress. Chris Villar, Michigan News Network.
And taking a look at some of the local scores when you go to WSJMsports.com. Girls basketball, Michigan Lutheran beat Eau Claire 53-8. Oh,
that was the final score?
Yeah, 53-8. That's a tough one, tough loss.
Ouch.
Benton Harbor.
It's a learning opportunity is what that is.
Yeah, Benton Harbor girls beat Our Lady of the Lake 46-41. A couple boys basketball scores for you. Lakeshore beat Portage Central 52-34. Coloma, that's girls basketball. Let's go over to girls basketball. Coloma beat Allegan, or Coloma lost Allegan, that is 54-27. If you want to check out those scores and schedules as well, some more games happening this week, you can find them all at WSJMsports.com.
When you spend money locally, more of every dollar stays local. Kristen Patzer, director of the Women's Business Center, says every.
All right, good morning, everybody that's on our live stream. We were just taking a look and seeing some of the comments. I had one comment. I know Bill said hey, but I'm not seeing it. Hope we're not having a glitch in the matrix.
I am
over here
reaching out to the matrix keepers and seeing what we can find out.
Oh, the matrix keepers. Huh?
Yeah.
We got some people watching on our Facebook page. Yeah, good morning to Bill.
Hey, Bill. Good morning. I'm still intrigued by this whole coffee thing, olive oil and coffee. I mean, at some point, so the backstory on this is Howard Schultz, one of the big leaders there, founder of Starbucks, went to Sicily, and he found people in the Mediterranean area who were ingesting a spoonful of olive oil each day.
Okay.
So while he was having his morning coffee, he had that inspiration to mix the two and bring forward an elevated coffee experience. I love olive oil. I love tasty olive oil.
It's the combination thing that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I mean, because oil and water don't mix.
Right.
So how does this work?
So you're just going to, and then you think about it, like, I mean, it's all foam, but still, like, are you going to have that weird separation after a while? It's like, I don't think I should be drinking that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah. I would try it once, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So if they make the smallest of small, like little test shot, then I'd be good with that.
Yeah.
All right. We will have a chat here in just a moment, do a check on the weather and all of the other good stuff here in just a moment. A lot of things to get to, as we always do. All right. Let's find out what's going on in the weather in just a few seconds here.
Are the gremlins in the system?
No, I just want to push a button at the right time. All right. Now,
is it yours?
Cloudy skies today with a little bit of rain and snow mixture off and on through the course of today. Highs will be around 37 this afternoon. Tonight, light snow showers, some flurries or sprinkles mixed in will drop to 32. And then just down to cloudy skies for Wednesday with a high of 40. We'll be back into the low 40s as we head into Thursday and into Friday. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. You can be on our live stream. We're streaming live for all to see on our Facebook, YouTube, and X.
Hello.
If you want to come hang out over there and throw some comments in there. We were having some trouble seeing the comments, but I was looking over on our Facebook page, and I was able to see some of those comments. I saw at least one of them come in.
Did you break the internet?
I don't know,
Is
man.
the internet's broken?
I don't know. You know what's going to be is if someone says, "Oh yeah, you know how to fix it? Just close it out and open it back up." Oh, thanks, genius.
Yeah. Or
All
my
right.
favorite, just restart your computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And if there's an update waiting in the wings there, it'll be 10 minutes before we get back.
That's probably what it is. There's probably some sort of update with technology. Sometimes it's just too much to deal with. One thing to note, and if you are either watching on our live stream, or if maybe you're driving to work right now, there is a recall that you should know about. I swear we talk about these recalls
A lot
more
of
and
them.
more.
I think it's because of the holidays. All the recall czars went on holiday break. Now they're back, clearing out their inbox.
Yeah.
Toyota, the most recent.
So Toyota has, if you got an old Corolla or RAV4, they've issued a do not drive advisory affecting 50,000 vehicles.
Yikes.
The cars impacted are mostly 2003 and 2004 Corollas and the 2004 and 2005 RAV4s.
Yeah.
They have an issue with their airbag inflator that could make them explode in a crash, sending shrapnel everywhere. So just if you got that type of car, my guess is you may have you may have that issued recall coming to you at some point here very soon. But I mean, do you just go right to the dealer right now and throughout your?
I don't think
this
they'll be able to
week?
do anything for you because I mean this is all connected back to the older Takata
Yeah.
airbag inflators,
Mhm.
which have been called out in a number of different things. And so Toyota, the latest to get nicked on this one.
Yeah.
So Toyota owners, again, if you have the 2003, 2004
Four,
Corolla
yeah.
Matrix or the 2004, 2005 RAV4s with the
Yeah.
Takata airbag inflators, do not drive.
Mhm.
Figure it out. Call your Toyota dealer and ask them what to do.
Right. Yeah.
They
See
may
if
be able to figure it out.
they're ready to
Disable
fix
it or something,
that
yeah.
or disable or do whatever they need to do. So yeah, do not drive it.
Yeah.
Get an Uber or do they have an Uber? They have Uber around here? They have the drive share thing.
What are you reading the Facebooks? Because they've been complaining that there's not a reliable Uber service around here.
There's our opportunity. We got a van.
Yeah, we could do that. Just
All
call
right.
us up. It looks like it's snowing now. By the way.
Some other auto related news.
Oh, you want to talk about China and the battery plant they're trying to build over in Marshall?
Yeah, what's going on with that? What's the latest?
Man, so Congress once again, two members of Congress, pretty powerful members because they sit on they are the leaders of the Committee on China, and the leader of the committee, the Energy and Commerce Committee, have written to the president asking his administration to investigate the Chinese companies that are involved in Ford's planned battery facility in Marshall. The leaders of those committees say that there needs to be an investigation and there probably should be export restrictions on the companies who have not yet been fully named. But the letter does claim that 4 Chinese businesses have ties to the Chinese military, the Communist Party, the North Korean government, and they have conducted alleged human rights abuses. And they say that they're working with Ford on that battery plant in Marshall.
Right.
So, this calling for an investigation and a whole slew of export restrictions, otherwise that the project should be shut down.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is part of an ongoing investigation. And I took a deeper look into this. The Committee on China found that there are some financial and potentially some government incentives for China to continue to get involved in the battery thing because they say, well, the quicker we can get the United States and other countries into electric vehicles and that kind of thing, the more valuable our commodity and our manufacturing becomes over here. And so U.S. Congress, several members, Kathy McMorris Rogers is one of the big ones leading it. She's House and Energy Committee, Commerce Committee chair, is leading this. She's a Republican from Washington. Others are getting involved from Oklahoma and Arkansas, et cetera, saying, hey, you've really got to take a look at this because China could greatly improve its economic and geopolitical position if the more reliant we become on these renewable energy resources.
Right.
So whether it's conspiracy theory or there's something there, Congress wants to take a closer look, and they're urging the Biden administration to do so.
So right now they're kind of saying, let's halt that construction.
That's what
possibly?
they would like to see. Ford has already slowed it down quite a bit, but I think China will stand up and take notice if the Biden administration moves toward those export restrictions.
So we got that battery plant in Marshall, and then there's another one. Was it Samsung, I believe, or one of the other companies is building something down in, I believe it's New Carlisle.
Sounds
just
right.
south of the border.
Yeah.
Here, and another great job creator, as well as more manufacturing for electric vehicles and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's not necessarily just the plant itself; it's who they're working with and where the knowledge goes once it's created.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think the committees are more interested in China and understanding what kind of technology transfers are happening.
So they're going to have a committee, and then they're going to have another subcommittee, and then they're going to have a hearing, and they're going to have another hearing, and so it'll be like 10 years before they.
Well,
they
it
get
all starts with
out.
a letter. You got to send the letter first.
The letter, yes.
Yeah,
and that
we
goes.
send a letter.
Do you send it via regular mail, or is there a courier involved?
Haven't got your letter yet. Well, did you check your mailbox?
Yeah.
Did you check your email?
Yeah. Somebody get lost in
check
the mail?
your X account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have like mail people? Like they deliver the mail? And they probably get lost too in those buildings.
Trying to remember exactly how you get those letters over. A lot of times you do both. You send it via snail mail, but then you also email it over.
Right. I got one other car thing that I ran into about. This is very pertinent to what we're having conversations about all the time. On the radio. So we know that Tesla and BMW are already making cars without AM tuners. Ford was about to join them until lawmakers convinced the company to keep the AM alive. The upside, there's a lot of lawmakers uniting to save AM radio.
Oh,
yeah. So the upside is that the issue is uniting some senators across the aisle. The Democrats and Republicans are both trying to pass a law requiring all cars to have free AM radio.
Free
AM radio.
What's the qualifier required there for?
I'm not sure. What I mean, it's AM radio. Isn't all radio free? Like when you're in the car, you've got the radio. But I think what was happening is that they were putting the AM radio or radio in general in certain cars, and they were thinking about making it sort of like a paywall or like an option, kind of like you get floor mats. You want floor mats for your car? Well, that's an add-on.
If you want the extra
floor mats, you got to do that. If you want the radio,
a lot of these are turning to the touch screens, and it's funny because the automakers have finally figured out, we put all these fancy touch screens in the car, and people don't really appreciate them as much as we thought they would.
Right.
And so one of the things that they wanted to do, I think, to make the touch screens bigger was eliminate some of the stuff in the dash there.
Right.
That's probably why they wanted to get rid of radio.
Yeah, and it saves some space on the receivers for the AM and even the FM radio.
You want that? We'll give it to you. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Little add-on. We'll do that. So lawmakers are working together to make that happen and keep radio, especially AM radio, alive in the car.
There you go.
So there you go. All right. Other car talk. We'll have another conversation about cars a little bit later on, maybe. But we got a lot of other stuff to get to. We'll catch you up with sports, news, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is next.
Just as the roots of a mighty oak.
Is the comment thing working now?
I don't know.
I thought I saw.
I see one in there.
I tried to kick it and make sure it worked. And then one of Bill's comments showed up, but Bill's first comment didn't show up. And then I'm not sure it's accurate of how many people are watching.
Yeah. So one of the things I was wondering is if some of our opposition really wants to take down the United States, all they have to do is mess up Facebook.
Yeah.
Because then we're crippled, right?
Yeah, Facebook's not working. That's why. No.
Hey, wait, where are my memories from 12 years ago? I don't see them here.
The funniest thing I find about the memories is just the way Facebook has changed. Like the way they've just done different things. So we're like, when they're at one point that they would say, today I am feeling blank. And then, or what are you doing was usually the posting a status.
Yeah.
And, most people would just say, going to the store today.
Yeah.
Something short and simple. Now
Feeling
we have
happy,
these
blah, blah,
long,
blah.
something little like that and short and sweet. Now we have these novels that people post. I'll be honest, if I have to hit the see more button on your post, I'm not going to read it.
Yeah.
Just call me.
That's a tough ask.
Just call me and tell me what's going on in your life.
I do appreciate the memory look backs that it gives me.
Yeah.
I don't care for how they package them because sometimes they want to go, here's then, here's today. It's like, well, yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Or what they'll do is even if you posted a bunch of times on that day, throughout the years, they pull out the one that's going to sting the most, where it's like either it's a previous relationship
Did you get one of those?
a sad or a sad moment in your life or anything like that. It's like, oh man, that's a bummer. Give me the happy memories, and most of the time, just basically show me pictures of my dog. I've got a ton of pictures that I post of Plinko and have over the years. Just pull out those days.
Yeah, you think about what if Elon Musk's Neuralink starts getting the same kind of algorithms that it sends you your memories after a few years. So you're walking down the street with your Neuralink in and turned on, and all of a sudden a memory comes back like, Hey, remember that time you had that great steak sandwich? It's like,
Right.
well, I'm vegetarian now.
Or like in Bill's comment, he said, I like seeing the people you may know. Bill, I like that, but I also don't like that because the algorithm or whatever they figure out to say people you may know. How do I know that person? They have no friends in common with me.
Did you know sometimes now they can be sponsored?
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't even see that it is,
Right.
but it is.
Yeah, because I'll be scrolling through and I'm like, who the heck is this person?
Yeah.
And then a little thing on there says sponsored. And I'm like, I don't even know who that person is. I mean, I know I can probably turn all that stuff off, but I don't want to have to do all that work of turning that stuff off. But the people you may know, every once in a while, it will pop up as either a friend of a friend or like, oh yeah, I actually do know that person, so maybe I will. But it's people you may know. There should also be a people you know, but you don't want to know.
Oh,
where it's like
people you should stop associating
people
with.
you should stop. Yeah, go through my actual friends list and say people you should delete.
Oh no,
get rid of. Bill says that's my point about the people you may know. He says I don't know most of them or don't want to know them. Yeah, that's a good way of. Yeah, I just kind of go through that thing and like delete. Don't need to be friends with that person. But yeah, every once in a while, I think your birthday is actually the best time for you to start filtering through the who should I be friends with? Because even when some people wish you a happy birthday, you're like, I didn't even realize I was still friends with that person. Maybe I shouldn't be anymore. Anyways, your Bloomberg Market Minute's going on right now. We'll catch you up with news here in just a moment. How's everybody's day going? We are getting some of the comments rolling through, so that's good.
I noticed Bill is not a coffee drinker, but he's willing to try the olive oil.
Yeah.
Olive oil alone, maybe?
Or what is it called?
Oleato or something?
Alouetta?
Is that what it is?
No, oleato?
I don't know. Let's see.
Anyways.
Starbucks.
All right, here we go.
Olive oil.
Here we go.
Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
You know, I told Jocelyn about how you make fun of me of doing that. Here we go.
I don't make
Here we
fun.
Go. Or you pointed out, I guess. And she said, well,
it's a thing.
How else are you going to get everybody to shut their mouth? I said, you're right. She knows me so well.
And now, ironically, it's just pushing us to say more.
Yeah,
Here
exactly.
Here we go.
No,
Here we go.
The point of me saying here we go means everybody be quiet now. Just say, y'all shut up now.
Oh, boy.
All right. It's past 7:30. Today, we're dealing with some on and off rain and maybe even some snow tossed in there with a high of 40. Or wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong weather forecast. Okay.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Today is 37. That's what it is. Rain and then rain tonight down to 32. So we got that going for us. We also got news now.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here's some of the stories we're following for you today. A 5-year plan for capital improvements at Benton Harbor's public housing. That's what was presented to the Benton Harbor City Commission last night. The Benton Harbor Housing Commission's Deshauna Robinson presenting an overview of priorities they have between now and 2027. Saying the planned improvements include operations and security upgrades at Harbor Towers, management at Harbor Towers and the Bus Avenue development, general operations, resident programs, and boiler replacements. It's a long list, but the City Commission was most interested in what's happening at Harbor Towers. Robinson says they do have big plans there, and they're working with HUD to see if they can get some financial backing for that. A bridge demolition project is set this week in Niles. Michigan Department of Transportation spokesperson Nick Sharippa tells us they're finally going to get to the stage where they get to tear down the bridge.
It's the fun part.
Yeah, it's the fun part. There's the bridge that goes, it's part of US 12, goes over M51 as part of an ongoing project to update that road. They're going to bring it to grade, which basically means no more overpass, no more underpass, no more bridge. It's all going to be at grade. They say it's going to be safer, and they're going to incorporate some Michigan lefts instead of a left turn lane.
Didn't they also build a culvert?
They probably have a culvert there.
Which I don't even know what is a culvert.
It's like a ditch.
Like a little. Oh yeah. I've been seeing them do a lot of that stuff, and then I did see the signs that said, "Hey, we're going to start doing this work here in a little bit." And I thought, I got to see that.
Yeah.
Gotta see that.
So the bridge will start coming down this Thursday at 7 in the evening. They're only doing the overnight work for the bridge there. And if you want to watch, you can from a safe distance. They're not going to chase you away, but they do want you to stay away from the heavy equipment.
There's some houses nearby. Maybe I could, maybe they could start selling
Set up shop
tickets. Selling tickets. Yeah, you want to hang out in my backyard and watch this? How are people going to be able to sleep? Late, it's like 7 to 7.
That is a great question.
All right.
I mean, just the
turn
noise
the TV up.
Turn the TV up. Also set for this Saturday is the annual Southwest Michigan Polar Plunge. To benefit the Special Olympics of Michigan, Berrien County Sheriff Chuck Haidt will be among those taking the plunge, along with members of his team. And the event typically attracts a very good crowd. They'll have some warmer temperatures. I mean, it'll be in the maybe around 40 degrees this weekend for that. But it is part of the law enforcement torch run, and you can make donations in support of your favorite polar plunger online or at the event on Saturday. We have more information on our website, WSJM.com. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Outside temperature might be warmer, but I know they pull the water from the fire hydrants in the fire trucks. So my guess is that will still be cold.
That'll be awesome.
Cold just thinking about it. We'll catch you up with sports here in just a little bit with ABC News. Also do some local scores as well. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher.
All right. Bill's off to work early, he says.
Oh, okay.
He said, hey, man.
Have a great day, Bill.
Be safe.
Yeah.
I got some snane to deal with this morning. Yeah, it's floating around. I can never tell there's certain cameras that just look like I don't know if it's bugs, if it's snow, what it is. But anyways, what am I going to talk about? Just thinking.
Okay.
What do we got going on? We talked a lot about cars today. The do not drive for the Toyotas.
Yeah, the do not drive advisory.
So you're
I don't
telling
know
me,
how you handle that.
Yeah, you're telling me how am I getting notified about this? So if I drive one of these cars, am I getting a phone call? Are they sending me an email? Or is us talking about it on the radio maybe the first time that somebody that owns those cars is hearing about it?
Absolutely, it will be.
So, because I mean, if it's as bad as hey, don't drive that car. I mean, how else do you notify me?
Yeah,
because I'll get recall things for my car in the mail or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, I'll go and take care of that. But it's in the mail, so once they issue the recall to actually not driving it,
My assumption, my assumption is that it's a serious enough issue that they want you to pay attention and get it fixed as soon as you can.
Right.
And if you were literally to take this, if you were to take this literally, a do not drive order, how in the world am I even getting my vehicle to the dealership to fix it?
Right.
So I think what they're usually saying is, hey, this vehicle has a defect that could cause a crash or physical harm. Get it fixed right away.
Yeah,
and
be
hopefully
extremely cautious going to your dealership.
Yeah, hopefully they have it ready to fix.
Right. That's the thing I'm worried about is I don't want to, make people go crazy and say, "Oh man, I got to get to the dealership right now, but right as soon as they open, I'm pull right in."
You know what it could bring is just a lot more remote work.
Yeah, that's possible.
Can't drive my car. Federal government said.
Yeah, sorry. It says do not drive. So I guess I'm going to be out for the rest of the week.
Yeah,
that's a good excuse.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Got a recall. Did you hear it on the news? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we've got sports with ABC News, and then since Dave Wolf is out, we're going to cover a few of the local scores of note.
So, in addition to coffee aficionado, I would say you're also a remote control aficionado because you don't like the side volume.
Remote control aficionado for TV.
Yeah, for TVs. If Elon Musk's brain implant Neuralink seems to do what it says it can do in a very harmless way, and it's like day surgery, it's like going to the dentist and getting a molar repaired or something like that. Would you put one in if you could control your computer hands-free?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do your phone hands-free?
Yeah.
Huh.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have defects and problems and cause a ton of issues for me later on. That's why they have someone else testing it for me. Much like when a new phone comes out, I'm like, I'm going to wait a little bit.
I wonder what that interface is like. Are you just thinking like, okay, mouse, go up, down, down?
Right, because I saw the new, very expensive VR headset from Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Theirs doesn't have because like all the other ones that you see, like Meta has one, and I think there's some other ones. They have controllers.
Yeah,
they have like little like you've got 2 Nintendo controllers in your hands to help you not only press buttons and navigate stuff, but also when you're moving your hands around, it's also catching those little devices on your hands.
Yeah,
but the Apple one, I didn't see anything, at least with the videos, that it didn't require any of those. You just have the big headset on, and then your hands are able to do all that
natural
stuff.
control,
right?
Is what's that called? It is what that is called. Natural
Sounds
control
expensive.
with hand and eye tracking,
Right.
as well as voice commands,
which is cool.
Yeah.
But just I don't know. I'd love to try it out
because you would program yours to say, okay, pause. When I want to pause, I'm going to do this. Hey now.
Hey now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. I guess can you, just like you do shortcuts in everything that you do, can you customize your shortcuts?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I'm sure,
like play the music that plays somebody out. Okay, let's go.
Do you think when these are officially released, I think those are coming out here soon,
next month.
When you go to like the Apple store in the mall, do you think you can try them out? I'm sure they will have little trials because they want people to buy it.
You would think so.
I'd like to just see how it works. So maybe when that's released, I'll go to the mall.
Because you're ready. Actually, I like your justification on this. The Vision Pro starts at $3,500. So it starts
at $3,500. That is a used car right there.
If you want to get the good one, though, you're probably going to pay upwards of twice that. But but you have a good justification for buying it. Oh, we have to wait.
And we'll wait in just a moment once I do
on.
the sports here in about 15 seconds. So I like your thought. I'll hold that thought for just a moment. And maybe we'll talk about it here in just a few minutes.
All right.
With the technology, because the VR headsets are so cool.
They are.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
7cash.com.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM. I do want to give you a few local sports scores of note. We've got Lakeshore Boys beat Portage Central 52-34. Boys basketball, Berrien Springs beat River Valley 69-28. And I'll give you one more. Just because I love the name.
Okay.
The Lawton Blue Devils won 68-61 against get this name.
Okay.
The Black River Rats.
No way.
Yeah, man.
Wow, they're not making a joke there.
No. You want to check out
Black River Rats.
Check out sports and schedules and all that stuff. Some more great games and things coming up this week at WSJMsports.com.
For a truly exceptional Valentine's Day experience, the Lake
the Black River Rats.
Black River Rats, man.
Interesting. I wonder if that was a voted on mascot name.
You know what I think is the most, especially here in Southwest Michigan.
Wait, go ahead.
The most popular.
Yeah.
Wait.
Nope.
Go.
Wait. Go.
Stop. Go.
Stop.
The most popular mascot name, Tigers. We got Allegan Tigers, Benton Harbor Tigers, Gobles Tigers. I think Lawrence, they're Tigers or cats, or they're in the cat family. Yeah, Lawrence is a tiger. So it's crazy.
What were you in high school?
Beavers.
You
the Eau Claire or Eau Claire Beavers,
Eau Claire.
however you want to say it.
Eau Claire.
I say Eau Claire.
Yeah.
I know other people that may even be watching this live stream will say Eau Claire.
Really?
Yeah, because of that's the proper French pronunciation. But it's like, guys, we have a town in Michigan, many towns everywhere, like Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, or Charlotte.
Charlotte, Michigan.
Yeah.
So, or the fact that we say Mackinac and Mackinac, and we spell them in two different ways. We've got Mackinac Island,
right,
and we've got Mackinac City.
Oh,
but it's spelled differently.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go back and check some stuff.
Yep, because I believe Mackinac City has an AW.
Oh,
and then Mackinac Island has the C, AC.
Yeah.
and then people call it Mackinac.
I love saying that.
The Mighty Mac.
Like some Mackinac fudge, please.
Yeah, man. Every time I listen to Behind the Mitten, that plays on the weekends, if you want to check it out here, they talk about a lot of Michigan stuff, and they'll go to like Mackinac Island, or they'll post it on their Facebook page, just the fudge from different places. Oh, love that.
The fudge is amazing, and they do it up right there. We're just across the bridge. What's the little town across the bridge?
St. Ignace.
Is it St. Ignace?
St. Ignace is right across there.
And they had the fudge shop, and we stopped in, and they do pump out the smell of the fresh fudge onto the street there. So as you're walking by on the sidewalk, it's inevitable. It's good.
I just want a river of fudge running through there so I can just fall into it like Augustus Gloop.
Even just like a little gutter that it's just flowing. You can just reach your hand in there.
All right.
Yeah, we're so bad.
Delicious.
Snow mixture off and on through the course of today. Highs will be around 37 this afternoon. Tonight, light snow showers, some flurries or sprinkles mixed in will drop to 32. And then just down to cloudy skies for Wednesday with a high of 40. We'll be back into the low 40s as we head into Thursday and into Friday. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
I think something happened, and we must have kicked that internet somehow.
It's working now?
We must have smacked it in the right spot, and it's working now. So comments are rolling in on our Facebook page and YouTube and X if you want to come hang out with us and watch the live stream.
Oh, boy.
And see more about the things that we are doing and talking about. Look at this. Look at this.
What are we looking at?
A Lundberg chiming in.
Oh, that's Stuart. That's my oldest.
He says, proud of Elon's new brain chip tech.
Stuart is very much an Elon fan. He's reading his biography right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He already wrote a biography?
I think he had somebody else wrote it. Somebody else interviewed Elon and then wrote the biography. So I think it's an authorized biography.
Okay. It's like an AI biography.
Maybe they just put a little chip in Elon's head and said, "Here, Phil, what are you about?"
So we talked about this last hour, but the first human trial of the Neuralink, and it wasn't Elon; it was some other person. That's the crazy part.
I don't know if he has one in his head or not.
That's what I'm wondering too. Does he also have that? Because to me, if you're not confident enough to put that in your own body, I don't want it.
I think you've been watching a lot of movies lately.
I have.
Where the evil scientist puts it in, takes the medicine first.
Yes.
Okay. So Elon is that guy?
He should be. He probably, when he first started Tesla, he probably was on in the first car, the prototypes.
And we were talking on the stream, on the video live stream that we run here, that you should be watching if you're not right now, is that what it does is it allows humans to control external devices simply by thinking, which could have a lot of great medical applications for people who don't have the ability to use all their muscles or limbs or whatever. But you can also do it probably eventually to control your social media or whatever else you do, maybe your phone or your car or something like that. And Jonny, you would get one of these implants.
I would do it. Why not?
Okay. Should we sign you up now for one of the early trials?
Sure, if they're going to pay me. Yeah, they'll pay me to put that in there. Yeah.
Maybe they'll give you a free Tesla.
Well, the other thing that we were talking about too is, and you were seeing, I swear, an ad for it every single day.
Oh, yeah.
Is those VR headsets. I don't have one. I've tried them out. And I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Apple has a new one that's the price of a used car. So it must work well.
Double the price of what I paid for a used car.
Yeah, that's true.
My first car. Vision Pro. Let's see. No, what is
we talked about it when it was first announced, but the thing I'm wondering is, like, when you try it out, are you going to be able to try it out in the Apple Store? Because when you're in the Apple Store, you get to check out the MacBook, you get to have the iPhone and all those other cool things. Try it before you buy it.
Yeah.
Put it in your hands and feel it, and your chance of buying it probably going to increase.
Yeah, and speaking of buying it, because it does start at $3,500, you can get them for let's see, according to the Googles, you can get them for typically around $6,600.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's probably the fancy version. But you have a good justification. You would buy one.
I would buy it if
Uh-huh.
it replaces a good amount of any of my other Apple devices, because your phone,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times the phone can be close to $1,000 or more.
Okay.
The MacBook.
Here, wait, I'm going to write this down.
If I buy
so we have
a phone,
that's $1,000,
and then MacBook, just say MacBook Pro, let's say, what's that, about $2,500, somewhere around there. There's your $3,500 just
right
for
there.
those two things.
Okay.
What's the let's just go with the basic Apple Watch, somewhere in the middle. I know they have the cheap version, they have the ultra version.
I like the ultra.
That's what, $400?
Yeah,
$500?
Sure. Okay, so 500. Wait, there's more. There's more.
AirPods.
Yeah.
You throw in AirPods. What are those?
Okay, couple $100.
Couple $100.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Well, don't forget, this is also replacing your television potentially.
Good. Yeah, good call. So
and the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
They've got 23 million pixels in their display. So what are we looking at for a 23 million pixel television?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because Apple doesn't make a TV; they make the Apple.
They make
TV
amazing monitors.
They make Apple.
Yeah.
I guess you think about it. What's just getting a monitor?
Yeah,
a monitor that is it's 123 pixels, but I think they said like it would replace a 180-inch TV or something crazy. Like you have that.
Let's just say another $1,000 for replacing your television or your monitor of choice where you watch entertainment, because that's what it does.
So that's what, $5,000.
So we're now looking at 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4.
Carry the one.
Yeah, yeah. Over probably around $6,000.
So it would justify your $6,000, but how many people are going to get rid of all those other things?
Yeah, because
are you going to walk around with the big giant bug eye ski goggles?
I might drive around
when you're going to work. I'm driving around. I don't think they'll like
They've
that.
got to make the peripheral vision clear, because right now you're focused in like that.
Well, the thing that I didn't understand when they made these VR headsets is they made them to where you couldn't actually see through them.
Yeah, it was a helmet.
Yeah. And so people would mess with, like, if anytime I've ever tried it, my nieces and nephews are always messing with me and moving the coffee table so I run into it and all that stuff. But I think with the Vision Pro and some of these other VR headsets I've seen, they start to have where you can actually see what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's augmented reality more than complete VR, which is fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, would it, if it could replace all of my other things, including exercise too? Does it come with a treadmill that I can?
It comes with a treadmill? No, it does not.
If you've ever read the book or watched the movie Ready Player One, I think we are getting very close to that world where we can be in a van somewhere in the middle of nowhere on a treadmill. And we're actually in a virtual world, and that's all we do.
Moore's law tells us that basically technology doubles every couple of years. And so if you're thinking about what Apple has created with the ski goggles that replaces all those devices we just talked about, the phone, the computer, the laptop computer, the watch, the earbuds, the TV, all that stuff. And it brings the vision and the motion technology where just looking at stuff, I can control devices. That's external now.
Yeah.
If you mix that up with Elon's little brain chip thing there, we could be looking at contact lenses that could do all this stuff.
See, I'd be okay with that. That's a lot more practical than the big old bug eye goggle thing.
You wearing your computer today? No, I forgot to put one in.
Other tech related thing. I don't know if you saw this. I guess I gotta throw this out to you.
What's that?
You ever think about buying something and then you talk to, maybe you're thinking about getting a car and you're starting to have those negotiations, and then you're like, you know what? After the test drive and all that stuff, I've decided I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, this is much more expensive than a car. Okay. Amazon has to pay iRobot, the people that make the little Roombas.
Yeah.
Apparently, Amazon was considering buying that company.
Okay.
They're going to have to pay $94 million to not move forward with their acquisition.
Oh, no.
They were going to buy the company that makes the Roomba.
They must have signed something.
Yeah. They were going to buy it for $1.7 billion.
Wow.
But they couldn't get a regulatory approval. So the deal is done, but there must have been some sort of little note there somewhere that says, hey, if this deal doesn't go through, you still got to pay us money.
Wow.
So iRobot didn't get acquired.
$94 million bucks.
Yep. Now they get $94 million bucks.
You know, back in my day, a company would go under if they had to pay $94 million out. This is probably just one of dozens of type of claims against Amazon, and they can handle it. No problem.
They're like, $94 million.
Yeah.
Just,
go away.
I just happened to drop $94 million down on the sidewalk earlier. So if you want to just go pick that up.
Some accountant from the back of the room says, yep, we can use that tax write-off. Go.
Yep. So there you go.
Here's your debit card with $94 million on
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Here's a scratch off. You could double it if you want.
Do you take checks? Got a coupon? All right. We'll have your Moody on the Market update coming up here in just a few minutes. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Everybody loves a bargain. Say it.
Yeah, $94 million because you think $1.7 billion, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a little stipulation in here.
Wow.
Because it was probably, because when you're going to acquire a company, you get to see the peek behind the curtain. You get to see the books.
That's
you get to check out all these different
Is the technology
assets.
real?
Yeah. So just probably for access to that stuff or just to save them, they said, hey, $94 million. I've seen the acquisitions that fall through or don't happen where there is some sort of settlement going on, or like even when Elon was thinking about backing out on buying Twitter, he was like, I'm going to buy Twitter. Nope, I'm not. And they were like, yeah, but if you don't buy us, you're still going to have to pay us money. And then he was like, all right, fine, I'll buy you.
Another reason you should get the Vision Pro from Apple is apparently they will allow you to have your own digital avatar. As for like Zoom meetings.
So if I had a Vision Pro,
right,
and you had a Vision Pro,
right,
you could be sitting in your living room and you would see me, but it wouldn't be me. It would be an avatar.
Exactly right. We could each be having the ski goggles on.
Yeah.
And we could look like we were sitting at our desks looking at each other like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can totally fool the boss now.
Weird.
It's just going to cost you a little more money. But if you get a job at Walmart as a manager making $400,000 a year, you can afford it.
There you go.
That's going to cause a lot of inflation. Do you think the managers of Walmart who are making $400,000 are shopping at Walmart?
Probably.
They better be.
Getting the deals, man.
Dang straight.
All right. Moody on the Market update coming up here in a second.
Oh, you're going to like this one.
MyVisionEyeCare.com.
All right.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Want to know what's going on in Southwest Michigan, especially when it comes to business, Southwest Michigan, why we love it here, as well as interesting people you should know. It's all right there at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's agency, with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And I mentioned before we went to this break, Johnny, that you're going to like this one. This is one that pretty much everyone has been talking about, and you don't know how much you love something until it's gone. Chili's. Yeah, because we heard the rumblings. The rumblings started over the weekend, and then we had a bunch of our colleagues here keep sending us emails saying, hey, check into this, check into this.
Sure.
Well, we had checked into it, and we were waiting to get confirmation, and we got it early yesterday morning. Chili's Grill and Bar in St. Joseph closing. Yeah.
What about all those mozzarella sticks? What are we going to do with those? Can I buy them for a discount?
You have until sometime today to enjoy Chili's, but as of today, it's closing. Just 72 hours of notice. The employees of Chili's Grill and Bar in St. Joseph are preparing to close that location for good. And multiple sources of direct knowledge of the closure say it was totally unexpected. We reached out to the company that owns Chili's, Brinker International, and they confirmed that, the Chili's at 1275 Hilltop in St. Joe scheduled to close today.
Okay.
Forever.
Because it was previously owned by, was it Quality Dining had that, and then Brinker bought part of it or something?
In doing the research on Chili's and closures, Some of that has been linked to a number of purchases.
Gotcha.
Overall, and so I don't have the history on which companies have owned that, but whoever owns them now, which is Brinker International, made the decision and has been making this decision across the nation of, hey, we own 1,600 restaurants in 29 countries. We're going to take a strong look because of some pressures that we're feeling financially of which ones to keep open and which ones to keep closed. And unfortunately, the one in St. Joseph, they closed it. They said no further information available.
Okay.
But again, we looked at their financial reports that were filed for 2023, and they said because of ongoing global and domestic conditions negatively impacting consumer spending and thus their operations, they made the decision to make some closures.
All right.
So we can assume that maybe that was part of the issue here. A lot of companies, they're continuing to feel the labor pinch.
Yep.
They're continuing to feel some of the financial pressures, even though inflation in some reports is seen to be easing. They're still feeling a lot of it, and so it's tougher to make a buck.
And all those baby back ribs, man. What am I going to do?
Oh yeah. I want my baby back.
I want my baby back. Now the thing is, and this is where we love the people that chime in with your suggestions and your rumblings and all that stuff. You know what's going to happen. There's been a bunch of chatter about that, and usually anytime a restaurant or a business is going to close or there's speculation, we get all those tips. Now what's going to happen is what should go in there now?
Well, I know what they don't want to go in there.
What's that?
They don't want another car wash.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so against car washes. I love the car wash.
I think there's a need for a car wash. No, I think there's one literally across the street. Yeah. So what restaurant could go in there?
Yeah. I mean, people only talk. They talk about Olive Garden. They talk about Dave & Buster's. I think the reality, though, is what you have to look at is why a chain company would take a look at that location and say no.
Right.
And you really have to do a hard look on, okay, what is it? Is it the population? Is it the labor force? Is it the income in the area? What is it that's taking that made them make the decision of no? And if you look at Michigan overall, we have a population problem. It's declining and it's not coming back up anytime soon. Are they addressing it effectively? We'll see. I mean, we had the Governor's Commission this last year come out with its report, but it didn't have timing. It didn't have ways to pay for it. And so you think about how is all that affecting in the real life here. This is an example. And what are you going to do about it?
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a restaurant. We're going to serve regular back ribs, not baby back ribs.
Adult back ribs.
Toddler back ribs. And I'm going to call it Billy's.
Billy's?
Billy's with it, but it's spelled B-I-L-I-E.
Why?
Because all I have to do is throw a B over the top of Chili's and I'm good to go.
I want my Billy's. My Billy's back. Billy's back.
And I can't quite turn that pepper into an apple because there's another restaurant like that. So maybe I'll paint it yellow and it's a banana.
Yeah.
Billy Bananas. That's Billy Bananas opening soon. We'll have that story for you at moodyonthemarket.com.
Bigger economic discussion.
Yeah. All right. Well, check out those stories and more at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. We'll have news, sports, and a whole lot more for you next. You don't like Billy's?
I
Billy
want my
Bananas?
Billy's back. Billy back. Billy back bananas.
Billy back bananas, man.
It. Yeah.
Already got the jingle and the advertising campaign. We're ready to go.
No.
All right, we got news, sports, and a lot more next.
We're watching over you.
Billy's back bananas? No, Billy's bananas.
Billy's bananas, but Billy back bananas?
Billy's baby back banana rib bananas.
Sure.
I don't know.
That's complicated.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just serve plantains instead.
What about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich restaurant? Comfort food. Billy's comfort food.
I have a thing about, I don't know, I've never had it before. But
peanut butter and jelly?
No, peanut butter and jelly, I've had that. But I have never had this before, but the peanut butter on a burger. There was a burger place, Jocelyn and I went to a burger place last night, and there was the burger. There was a burger that I was like, ooh, this looks really good.
Yeah.
It's a burger. It's got bacon jam on it. I said, all right, now we're talking. This is exciting. And then all of a sudden it said, and then a smatter of peanut butter. A little bit of spread of peanut butter.
I'm on board. I'm totally on board.
It's just a lot of stuff going on
But
there.
think about it. You're okay with bacon and jam.
Yeah, bacon jam.
That, to me...
It's a bacon jam. It's not bacon and jam. It's a bacon jam.
You make
never
jam out of bacon?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you need to get
Is there
back.
fruit involved?
You need to get back on
No.
the meat train, dude.
But peanut butter, think about it. And it does that umami thing, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Because if you add peanut butter to an Asian dish, like peanut Thai or something like that, it's amazing.
It is
it's really
good.
delicious.
It is good. But when I get a burger, what I love is that beefy seasoned beef flavor. I don't need that extra peanut butter thing going on.
Yeah. That reminds me of a veggie burger we had this weekend. I could not discern it from real. It was so good.
Yeah.
Tasted like barbecue.
There's all those. They had one of those burgers that they said for people that love meat, have this plant-based burger. It's like, or just have a burger, unless you have health problems or whatever. But anyways, all right, that about does it for the live stream. Thanks everybody for chiming in and hanging out with us, and even giving us a laughy face.
Oh, did
there
we get
you
a laughy
go. We got
face?
a laughy face.
Yay.
So there you go.
All right,
everybody, be
Thank
safe.
you.
There is some snane on the way, so just be careful on the roads
Snail
as you're
rain.
making your way today.
Yep.
Bye now.